Hi. Oh, who are you? Well, I, Rainbow Brite, also formerly known as Wisp Brite, and yeah, I'm Buffy Summers. So, what brings you to Earth? Or shall I say, what brings you to Sunnydale? Well, to help Sunnydale, you know, township near live up to its name. Well, good luck with that, Rainbow Brite, since Sunnydale has never lived up to being sunny. You know, my time in Sunnydale, between 97 YL until 2003 YL, was nothing more than a nightmare. Dealing with bloodsuckers, fiends of all kinds, witches, everything that could go wrong would go wrong. You're telling me that you spent your whole life dealing with the unearthly? Oh, not until between 92 YL when I was chosen to be a bloodsucker slayer, and not really until I went to Sunnydale in between 97 YL until 2003 YL. Before that, I lived in Los Angeles, stead near, which had its own binds itself. Well, I did hear about your show that ran from between 97 YL to 2003 YL, and that your show was first on WB and then also on PAX. I don't know why. It was on UPN and then FX and then Lago, then Chiller, you know. And then what else was it on? Then it was on Pop then it was on HD Folkwork. Then it was on HD, then it was on Pop, and who knows what it's on now these days. Yeah, my show has been on many farcier folkworks over the years, has many drawing books, film games, dolls, you name it, has a big following for itself. You know? Yeah, but I think that, and I have fought some unearthly foes myself. I mean, Buffy, I fought the King of Shadows, who took over Rainbow Land a long time ago, and then I spent most of my 40, soon to be 41 years, I guess, fighting Merkwell Dismal and his underling Lurky. And then I fought the Dark Aldeling at least once or so, twice, one or two times. Well, so you're entrusted with, yeah, I'm entrusted with, by God and Jesus, entrusted with the cast, beauty, and brightness of not only Earth and Rainbow Land, but all other worlds that God has made. Well, that's good to know. So, how did you feel when you got chosen? Well, when you mean I was called to do it or when I was chosen to do it, I want to just say one day a bright light showed up, and no one really knows what God looks like. And he said, Wisp, well, I need you to come to a land that needs to have cast and beauty and brightness and love in it. And God gives us free will, so I made my free will to go to that land. And when I was first in that land, Buffy, it was dark, it was rainy, it was cloudy, and it had no brightness, no cast, no love, and no beauty. That's where I befriended my first friend, Twink, and also met my other friend, the horse Starlight. And through all of that, we'd go for a lot of binds, a lot of them that Merkwell, Dismal, and Lurky would put us in, like the broken bridge, falling through the waterway, almost drowning, until we seek the baby, then going to a hollow, and then meeting all the other cast kids, like Red Butler and Buddy Blue and Shy Violet and Lila Orange and Canary Yellow and Patio Green, And later on, Moonglow and Tickle Me Pink and Stormy would also offshoot into that. But my biggest thing was fighting the King of Shadows, which I did not know that the baby was the likeness of the Sword of Light, which was God. And after God worked through me and with me to beat the King of Shadows, God entrusted me to be Rainbow Brite and said, from now on, you'll be entrusted to oversee the cast, beauty, and brightness of all worlds, and that you will have to fight those who wish to take away the light. And I said, I will. Well, when I was called Rainbow Brite to be a bloodsucker slayer, it wasn't all cool. You just get all kinds of dreams of folks that lived a long time ago, and each one of them is a bloodsucker slayer, and each one of them dies. But you don't know why you're having these dreams. You might think they're more like nightmares, whatever. And then one day you meet folks calling themselves Watchers, like Merrick Applegate, who and then he gets slain by one of the bloodsuckers. And then you meet another Watcher by the name of Rufus Giles, which I've known for most of my whole life and the longest of all my Watchers. And then you meet Wesley Wyndham Price, who's the free diff, but didn't last that long. And then you got to go for your whole life, fighting the unearthly foes and fiends and whatever that would entail. And you got to do all this while you're going to hold down everyday life. And I had to do all this shit when I was still in middle learn, young learn, high learn, hell, even a learn guild, Well, I did meet some really good friends down the line, we'll tell you that, down the road too. Well, Buffy, I'm sorry that you being called or chosen did not go the same way you wanted it to go, but you made a choose to do it. I mean, no one was going to make you be a blood sucker slayer. I mean, no one was going to make you do it. You still had free will. Yes. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to be going now. Weird. Well, thank you for making Sunnydale live up to its name after all those years. Well, you're welcome, Buffy Summers. It was good meeting you. It was good meeting you too, Rainbow Brite. Well, that was me with meeting Buffy Summers. And if you like this film, then give it a like. Share it if you know how to make that tool work, and have a rainbow day.